If you're looking for a single story home on a quarter-acre lot with a massive RV garage, a full multi-generational suite, and upgrades already included, then stay tuned because this might be the one. This is the Kathryn NextGen Plan built by Lennar, and we are in the Estates community in Northwest Las Vegas. In this video, I'm taking you on a detailed tour of this property, and be sure to stay till the end because I'm taking you out to see the exact lots where you can build this plan right now. I'm Sierra, a real estate agent here in Southern Nevada, and every week I bring you inside new homes so you can be here without actually being here. Now, what you see here is the private entrance to the multi-generational suite, which I'm going to show you in detail. But first, take a look at this entry. Now, this home offers over 4,200 square feet of living space with 5 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, and so much storage that I'm going to show you, which so many of my clients always request. Stepping into the great room that seamlessly connects the living room, dining room, and the kitchen, the first thing I noticed, and that so many of my clients notice, is the tall ceilings and the natural light, which is always such a huge checklist item. The living area features TV, pre-wiring, upgraded baseboards, and one of my favorite features that almost goes unnoticed, and that is the sleek, square drywall corners that transform the entire feel of the home. The builder also chose to install this light luxury vinyl plank all throughout, which definitely helps brighten up the home and is something that you could add on in the design center as well. I usually recommend exploring flooring options after closing to potentially save some money, but if convenience is your top priority, which it is for some of my clients, then the design studio is definitely the way to go. I mentioned that this house has a ton of storage, and it really begins in the kitchen, where on the island you can actually see that they added cabinets for extra storage. You can store things like the seasonal dishes and place settings, things like that. And then of course you can see so many upper and lower cabinets. They even added those little cabinets above the refrigerator, which is just a really thoughtful touch. And then of course there's the pantry, which is just as huge as you would expect. Now, check out this beautiful waterfall countertop. So many of my clients love this feature. It is an added upgrade, but I always advise my clients that if you're going to upgrade anything, upgrade the kitchen and the bathrooms because those have the highest return on investment. You'll continue finding these modern touches throughout, including this marble picket tile backsplash. Now, I mentioned earlier how this home offers something almost unheard of in a base model, and this is the monogram appliance package, including this gorgeous 6-burner range and oven, pro vent hood, dishwasher, and 48-inch side-by-side refrigerator. This is huge because all of that is included in the base price of $1.13 million, which is super rare because most builders will have you pay for an upgraded appliance package, and oftentimes those packages don't even include a refrigerator. So Lennar definitely did a good thing here, and I'm going to talk more about their everything's included package, which is something that they uniquely do. I haven't seen it much in other builders. They include things like window coverings and the appliances, as we talked about, which is just an added convenience and cost saving that make the home buying process just a little more simple and less to worry about, less to think about. Now, I promised you a ton of storage in this house, and looking at this pantry, I don't think it disappoints. You can store so much stuff in here. You could even turn it into a more modern, upgraded pantry with drawers and cabinets, and you could throw a refrigerator in here. There's so much potential for this pantry. Now, before we head over to the NextGen suite to see the second kitchen, let's pop around to the dining room and take a quick peek outside because this lot is truly unbelievable. You can see that they added a pool, which is definitely something you can do after closing. Now, I always recommend getting quotes from multiple pool builders to compare your options, but keep in mind there are size restrictions here in Vegas. So if you're dreaming of a massive, deep pool, we might have to explore the resale market to find it. A lot of my clients who are moving from out of state have questions about that. So if you want more information, send me a text or call me at the number on your screen and I'll send that information over to you. Now, I couldn't go outside. They had it locked because of the pool. However, you can see just how huge this lot is, and it's something my clients are always asking for. All right, now I always like to take a seat in the living room because when my clients tour a home, I always try to suggest that they take a seat, have a moment to feel the area, especially because you're spending so much time in the living room, the dining room, the kitchen. So I always recommend you feel it out before you commit to a home. And this one with the open layout and the natural light, I can already imagine just watching a game with friends or hosting a dinner party with family. Can you see it? Comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Now, guys, if you're here for the RV garage, don't go anywhere. I'm not going to be able to show it to you in this model. However, I am going to take you over to this exact model that's under construction and available to buy. And they had the garage open, so I'll give you a little sneak peek into it. Now, another huge ask that my clients have is for a spacious laundry room. They always want a counter, they want a sink, they want cabinets for storage, and this one definitely has all of that. I mean, look at all these cabinets. Between this storage space, the pantry, the huge garage, all the closets, this house has seriously endless storage. Now, guys, don't forget, we still have a whole multi-generational suite to see, which, if you didn't know, is basically a small house within this huge house. So don't go anywhere because you definitely don't want to miss it. Also, stay tuned because I'm taking you out to see some of the lots that are available and some of the homes that are currently under construction that you could buy now. Now, just around the corner from the laundry is the first of 5 bedrooms in this house, and this one is a standout because it is practically a second primary suite. You'll see here it has its own bathroom with dual vanities, plus its very own full glass door that leads out to the backyard and the covered patio that you can see here. My initial thought is that the privacy of this room makes it an ideal spot for a home office, like they chose to model it as, or even a cozy retreat or yoga studio. Now, back to the recurring theme of storage throughout this house. Every single room has its own massive walk-in closet, and just wait to see what's hiding in the multi-gen suite closet too. All right, now let's go check out the ensuite bathroom. Like I mentioned, every room in this house has a walk-in closet and a bathroom attached. Now, this one is its individual bathroom. It has dual vanities, again with the cabinet space, and then it has the builder grade standard shower insert that you could of course swap out in the design center for some nicer tile, or you could even just do it on your own after closing, which could possibly save some money, but again, that is an added convenience that is nice to have through the builder. And some of my clients will choose most of their upgrades through the builder. However, I also have those clients that want to DIY everything because it could save a big chunk of money by doing it yourself. Now, keep this one in mind because I'd love for you to see how it compares to the primary, which we are going to go check out now. And don't forget, we still have 3 more rooms to see after this, including that multi-generational suite. So don't go anywhere. So here on the opposite end of the house from where we were, you will find the primary suite that is completely separate from the other bedrooms, and it's absolutely massive with tall ceilings and its own private entrance to the backyard. Now, one thing I did want to note is that Lennar builds all over Las Vegas, and they oftentimes build the same models in different communities. So if you wanted to be further northwest in the Sunstone community, they are building this exact floor plan out there. And if you text Kathryn to the number on your screen, I'll send you the details on this model as well as the communities that offer it. Now, checking out the primary bathroom, you have a standalone soaking tub as well as an oversized, fully tiled walk-in shower that you can customize to the exact design you like. A big comment I get when showing tubs is that they're never big enough. And while I didn't get in to test this one, it appears like it's big enough. However, I mean, I think they could have gone a little bit bigger if I'm being brutally honest, but you know, that can always be fixed. That can always be replaced down the road as well. One thing that the builder definitely didn't skimp on is the shower in this model. It's absolutely stunning. They chose this marble tile and then a unique tile on the floor as well. Now, they didn't really add any fancy fixtures or anything, and Lennar is a less custom, less luxurious builder compared to others like such as Toll Brothers or even TriPoint nowadays. So they don't usually add significant features like that. However, you can always do that down the road, which is something that I always advise my clients to do when they get in their heads about the simplicity that some of these builders offer. However, you have to just look at the bones, and the bones of this closet are definitely speaking to me. Like we've talked about so many times in this video already, the storage space in this house is unmatched. Now, really quick guys, I always like to remind you that if you are planning on coming down to Las Vegas, or if you already live here and you're just planning on making a move, before you go check out these model homes, shoot me a text at the number that you see on your screen and we'll set up a time to meet so we can go out together to see them. And let me tell you why that's so important. When you go see these model homes without a realtor like me there physically with you, the sales rep at the builder's center will log you into their system as an unrepresented buyer. Now, a lot of my clients get confused by this and think, oh, I don't want to waste my realtor's time by going to check out these homes. I don't even know if I'll like them. So they go ahead, they sign in at the model home, and then lo and behold, that completely removes your realtor's right to represent you. And let me tell you, these builders reps, they're amazing. I have really great relationships with a lot of them. However, they are out there representing the builder. They don't have the buyer's best interest that come in. They have the builder's best interest in mind, which is why it's always so highly suggested to work with an outside agent who has no loyalty to these builders. And if you are interested in learning about my services and what I do to help you throughout the home buying process, definitely text Kathryn to the number you see on your screen and I will reach out to answer any questions you have. Now here we are entering the highly sought after multi-gen suite with its very own kitchen, living room, bedroom, bathroom, laundry, and more. Now, my clients usually ask for multi-generational suites if they have young kids and they want their parents around more, or maybe they have older kids who need a little bit more space, a little more privacy. There's so many reasons that this kind of suite could be a beneficial thing, even if you just host guests frequently. Now, guys, check out the full-size GE refrigerator and profile microwave convection oven right here. You have tons of counter and cabinet space, a large sink, and space for a kitchen table as well if you'd like. If you have teenagers, this is the perfect hangout spot for them, or if you have long-term guests or even live-in caretakers, as you can see, there's a separate entrance for this space so that guests never feel like they're intruding. Now, I wouldn't be making a video if I didn't give you my brutally honest feedback and advice, because that's exactly why I'm here. I have had clients who have come to a multi-generational suite and basically they end up saying, well, this is really great. However, I'm only going to have guests maybe monthly or bi-monthly, and I feel like this is just a lot of space and a lot of square footage that gets taken. And while it's great, I just don't know if it's going to be used enough. And I like to share this perspective with you because if you don't have long-term live-in guests or a need for it, then you might not want to consider a multi-generational suite. Now, I know that I told you there's a little surprise hiding in the closet here. This multi-gen suite has its very own laundry, which is huge if you have long-term guests. It adds tremendously to the convenience. Now, I am curious to hear what you guys think about this multi-generational suite. Would you consider having one, and what exactly would you use it for? I'm always trying to get ideas and help my clients make decisions, so whatever feedback you can give would actually help me a lot and anyone else who's viewing this video. Now, guys, we're almost done with this whole tour. We only have 2 more bedrooms, and they are located right up in the front of the house. And it's 2 pretty much identical bedrooms with a walk-in closet connected by a Jack and Jill bathroom, which honestly, so many of my clients with young kids absolutely love. And then, as you can see in these bedrooms, there are window coverings, they are faux wood blinds, and that is something that's included with most Lennar homes in their Everything's Included package. That, in addition to the appliances that we already saw in the kitchen and in the multi-generational kitchen as well, they also have things like LED lights throughout, which a lot of times you'll have to add on individually with other builders. So that's a huge plus that my clients definitely love. Same with television pre-wiring and barbecue stubs. So definitely something to keep in mind when it comes to choosing which builder to go with. Now, don't go anywhere because right now I'm going to take you out to see some of the lots that are available. I'm going to fly the drone over the area and explain a little bit about this location because so many of my out-of-state clients have questions about the area. So stick around for that. I'm also going to show you the under construction homes that you could buy right now. So don't go anywhere. Make sure to comment down below your thoughts on this home and definitely text Kathryn to the number that you see on your screen if you're interested and would like some more information. Now, most of my clients who are relocating here from out of state always have a ton of questions about the neighborhood and the amenities and the location of the homes. And to give you a little backstory, this area of the Northwest is just a quick drive from the 215 and 95, or as we now call it, the I-11, which ask any local, they're always going to say the 95. So you can get to either freeway super easily via Ann Road. And this area, in my opinion, has a more rustic and eclectic feel than if you were to live in a community like Summerlin or Green Valley. You'll see larger lots, more custom homes, older properties, and even properties with horses and barns, chickens, that kind of thing. And that's mostly due to the fact that, like I mentioned, the lots are a lot larger out here. In fact, several of the homes here are actually on well and septic, not even connected to the public utilities, which is very interesting. However, if that's not your cup of tea, don't worry, because these Lennar homes are connected to the public utilities, so you don't need to worry about that. Now, while it seems like it might be way out there and far from conveniences, it's actually just a quick 5-minute drive down Ann Road. You'll find a huge shopping center with just about everything you need. Now, guys, this community is interesting because it's actually split up into 3 different sections of homes. The one we're currently flying over is the Washburn section, and in this section, you'll actually find this home right here that is currently available and move-in ready. It's actually listed just over $1.2 million, and it has all the features that we just explored. Plus, look at that garage that I couldn't show you earlier. You can see here that they chose a really nice elevation for the outside, which is usually something you get to choose. However, since this one was already built and put together by the builder, you don't really get any options since it's move-in ready. However, it's helpful for those who need a home as soon as possible and don't want to go through the whole building process. On the other hand, over here in the Ann Road section, which is where the models are located, you do have this Kathryn home site that is coming soon. And as you can see, it is a vacant lot, meaning you get to choose all of your upgrades, which is a completely different way to go than going the move-in ready route. Now, here we are in the 3rd and final section. This one is the El Capitan section, where you'll find another Kathryn model available and move-in ready right here on lot 2. This one is currently priced around $1.2 million, and it is also a south-facing lot. So as you can tell, you have a lot of options when it comes to this Kathryn model. And like I mentioned before, they are building this exact model in another community, also in the Northwest. And they have other single-story models right here in the estates that I'm more than happy to share with you. And like I mentioned, if you're interested in touring any models or resale homes in Las Vegas, then definitely let me know. I would love to help you and make sure that you get full representation throughout the process. Thank you so much for watching and stay tuned every week for more new home walkthroughs with me.